Label side down is Andy.
Yes.
Do it again. It's label side up.
No, but that's not fair. I could have won before. I could have won the other one, but we forgot what it was.
In your face.
That's horse.
No, in your
That's
face.
horse.
I won.
That's fucking horse.
Your co-host of the year. That was actually that video. It is on YouTube.
And also,
we shared the shit of Earl Hebner as well. It was brilliant. I just have
he's
to
an old
in
man.
Earl's
You just
face.
say the youth of today, and he'll himself. Just TNA.
Yeah.
I've written a poem for you.
Oh, have
in
you?
honour of Valentine's Day.
Oh,
I've written
that's
a poem for
weird.
you.
That is really weird.
Well, you don't know what the poem is yet. Can I say it before you start criticising it? Because I am an artist, and I think you should listen to my work before you criticise.
Go, just go. Just get this
Okay.
over with.
I've written it down.
Oh, brilliant.
I hope you like it.
I don't like it. It's gonna be
To Andy.
Yep.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Yep.
I'm the 2011 co-host of the year, so f*** you! Hey! Thank you, I'll be here all week. What do you think?
You are the biggest retard on the face of this planet. Like, literally, you are a complete I don't understand how you can exist in society without having someone punch you in the face. Fritz Russo is gone from TNA! Yes! He's gone! He's finally gone! Hello, wrestling fans! I can't be bothered to do the intro because he's gone!
You know, apparently she lost a baby, so maybe she shouldn't have misplaced it, so...
What?
What the f did you just say?
What is that?
I literally was just in silence for at least half a second. But you thinking, well, she just misplaced the baby.
If you
What?
actually said that or not.
Well, it says she lost her baby. Maybe I was just saying. Maybe
Oh my
keep
god,
it
you're
to
an
the-
awful human being.
Maybe you should have kept it where you could have seen it.
I don't want this negative vibes coming through my ears.
Oh my god, that is awful.
What? It's fine.
You just took the out of a woman that just had a miscarriage.
I did not take the piss.
Yes, you
If
did.
anything, I'm giving her
You
advice.
just did that.
I'm giving her advice. And
You
don't
know
miss
what? I
the
wouldn't be
carriage.
surprised if
It's quite
WWE
easy
makes
to
that
put a
joke,
baby
to
in
be
a
honest.
carriage. Don't miss it. For God's sake.
She needs to give you the implant buster on concrete.
Oh
What?
my
Do you know what
god,
I mean?
Jesus Christ.
What? You said she had a miscarriage. Don't miss the carriage. The carriage is quite easy.
Oh
you just
my
put the baby
god,
in
you're
and
a
then lock
fucking
it.
idiot.
Is that
I really
how she
hate
lost the
you.
baby? Because she missed the carriage.
I hope
You're
one
like-
day someone punches
You're
you in
like
the face.
Frankie Boyle, you're now no longer allowed to speak on television.
Yeah, Liam, you are now banned in many countries and feminists hate your ass right now.
By the way, Terminator 3 sucks.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
It's just like, but we stopped Judgment Day from happening.
Judgment
Because I
Day
never
is
come
inevitable. Well, that
Well, that was pointless. Then what are you dumb shit?
Everything that happened in the second film was absolutely pointless. Well done.
Every
With one sentence, you've completely undone an entire film.
where's Sarah Connor? She is dead. Oh, okay.
No, you mean you couldn't afford her to be in the film. That's what you mean. She's not dead. She just couldn't be you couldn't pay for the actress to be in the film. That's all. Yes, but it's a device to drive the plot forward. No, it's not. You're just too cheap to get Linda Hamilton. That's all it is, Arnie. Too cheap, mate.
I am off now to govern California. Bye.
You know what we're gonna do with Terminator 3? What? What are you gonna do, Arnie? It's Terminator 2, but with Okay, alright. let's go with that then.
That's what it is. It's just Terminator 2 with get bigger as well.
Oh. Here comes a Quan!
Dun 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 dun.
All the budget for this show went on getting the rights to using that song, so that's why Andy has to sing his own theme. So
That's
that's not even how it goes.
That's how it goes! That's how it goes!
No, it's not, mate.
You can't help but read these in Scott Steiner voice. That's the problem. because you can't read this in a normal voice.
It's not the
English.
rambling of a coherent man.
It's fucking gibberish, but it makes sense. He's the only man to write jack shit, but it makes perfect sense. How in the has he done this? He's a genius, right? Like, take this one. Every TV, every pay-per-view, the place is a zoo, a circus, because these assholes change things every hour. The storylines are stupid and don't make sense. That just made some sense, and it doesn't make sense. How the has he done this?
Why have I got a long hair in my bed? But shucky ducky. I just found a really long hair in my bed, and I don't have long hair, so shucky ducky.
Wait, that was the creepiest thing I think you've ever said on this show's history.
I don't know, I've said some creepy stuff before.
No, you said there's a long hair on my bed, shucky ducky. What the fuck? Do you have like some kind of weird fetish or something?
Just think about what's gender usually has long hair and why it's in my bed. Think about it for a second.
Yeah, but you
think about it for a second.
You know it's actually
Shucky ducky, let up pigeons loose.
You're not Casanova.
Well,
You're Casatw. If anything. Can you imagine what this current generation are gonna think? Who is this old with a f***ed up mustache and a bald head who can't walk properly
and thinks everybody is his brother? Was he going f***ing senile? You my brother? No, Hulk.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Are you my brother? Guess what, Jack? I am Hulk Hogan. Like, what? Who's Jack? Are you some kind of colossal what are you? Like, off Hulk Hogan.
I've got an amazing story to tell this week, by the way.
Oh my god, really?
I've got an amazing story. It's not anything to do with pro wrestling, right? So I just need to talk about it. Now, I don't know how many of our American listeners will understand what's currently going on in terms of politics. But there's a current thing going on called the Leveson Inquiry. And about a week ago or so...
should we explain why this is happening?
Okay, basically, I'll start from the
Rupert
start.
Murdoch's News of the World newspaper.
I'm trying to get it as quickly as possible because people, and I'm not going to talk about my political stance here. I think that would be wrong because it's a pro wrestling show. But I think it's a funny story. I need to explain it. Basically, last summer, Rupert Murdoch's News of the World newspaper was was revealed to be hacking phones. With a big political and media scandal. It was like they were hacking the phones of a girl who was kidnapped and murdered, but the people thought she was still alive because texts were being deleted, when actually that was the News of the World deleting the text so that she would get more and things. And sort of just loads of things. They were hacking into celebrities' phones, into the public's phones. Massive scandal. And News of the World, one of Britain's oldest newspapers, ceased circulation. It was a big deal. And for the past year, there's been inquiries as to what's been happening, why this has happened, things like that. And this past Monday, there was a thing called the Leveson Inquiry. And former Prime Minister Tony Blair was interviewed, I guess?
Well, he was
grilled, basically.
trialed, I suppose.
Trialed, yeah. He was trialed in London, where they were asking him about his relationship with Rupert Murdoch and things like that. And then suddenly, a protester bursts into the room and starts throwing accusations at Tony Blair, saying that he's getting paid off by JP Morgan's, was it JC Morgan's, something like that.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan's, an American bank. He's a war criminal. He's been getting like £20 million a year from said bank. He should be arrested, etc. And big over here. It was making national headlines. I don't know if it made national headlines outside of Britain.
Probably not.
Probably not. I can't really imagine it being anything. I mean, he wasn't violent or anything, but anyway, long story short, the protester was my university lecturer.
Brilliant.
So when I saw that, when I first saw him, because they released the CCTV footage of him in there.
Yeah, you showed me this, so I'm just like, so you paid this man.
I pay this man about £3,000 a year to teach me how to make films, and yet he goes off and calls former Prime Minister Tony Blair a war criminal. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say if he was right or wrong to have done that. I'm not going to give my political stance on the show. But the idea that my university lecturer has made national headlines for doing this. TNA will buy anybody that WWE's had.
Imagine if they got Randy Orton. They would probably come in their own pants.
He'll be the snake instead of the viper.
Oh, here comes the rattlesnake. No, can't do that.
Can't give him that name.
Dumpy dumpy diddly doo.
Here comes the cobra. The apex hunter.
Here comes the voices man.
The man with the voices.
His TNA thing would just be like, I like voices.
No, it'll be...
I love them.
No, I know what his TNA thing would be.
Burning my voices.
I hear voices in my legs. Because that's proper crazy.
That's proper mental.
That is proper mental. If you heard...
I hear voices in my legs. They talk to me. They understand. They walk me home. They walk me home. Yeah!
What I've done is I've decided to check out genealogy. Now, genealogy, for the easily confused out there, which I'm guessing is most of you because you listen to this show.
Hello!
Genealogy is where you basically have a look back at the people who sort of, like, were in your family and are now basically dead. So it's like your great-great-grandfather and things. Well, basically, I've done a bit of research, and it turns out that one of my family tree branches, the name is Quinn.
No, you.
I've noticed that Quinn is very similar to a certain somebody's surname.
I'm gonna break your
Andy.
legs.
Quan.
No!
So I was very interested in finding out this side of my family, the Quinns.
You.
And it turns out that if you go back far enough, and this is the God's honest truth, people, I have found this out recently, this is the God's honest truth,
I hate you.
the Quinns were related to the Quans.
I am not related to you, okay?
Andy.
Numbnuts? No!
Andy,
No!
I'm your long lost cousin.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
It's the God's honest truth.
No.
We are family. It's
We are
official.
not family,
We are
Liam.
family.
We are not family.
We are long lost cousins. my
We
friend.
are not
My cousin, my
family,
cousin.
you
I should my cousin.
No, we're not family.
We are.
We're
The
not
Quans,
family.
the Quins, they
No,
were
you
part
can
of
you
the
can
same
suck my
family
left
at
one. We are
point.
not family.
The Quans and the Quins were the same family at one
Oh,
point.
no, we're nothing alike.
Well, look, you can't dispute genealogy facts. My
What
long
the
lost
f*** you
cousin.
talk? No, we're not
It's
related.
so strange that for all this time we've been doing this show, we never knew we were cousins.
We're not cousins, you
We are
f***ing
cousins.
idiot.
Stop fighting it.
I'm not fighting
You
anything
can't
because
fight
it's not
your
true.
genes,
You're an
Andrew.
idiot.
What is it with all these channels having letters like MTV, VH1,
MTV, VH1,
BET,
best.
CMT? Just
TV
call it something.
Land.
Just call it Channel 1, Channel 2.
Cause I don't know, just like next on ABGZTW13HQ, yeah, The Simpsons on Alpha Bravo Charlie Derp. It is CSI. Stop with the letters.
What is with all the letters? During the commercial breaks, as soon as WWE went to a commercial break over here, an advert for the World Wildlife Fund plays.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, do you remember when wrestling was good? We took your f***ing name.
It was.
You
They must have
support the
done
pandas.
They must have done it purposely, knowing how ironic it was. It was like Raw's 1000th episode.
We can't show the logo, but we will anyway. Hey, do you remember us? We're the guys with the pandas in our logo. Love the planet, not steel chairs. Randy Orton's gimmick makes no sense.
Some people are just born to be heels like Randy Orton. He's got to be a heel.
Yeah,
When
his theme song
you've got
goes, I hear voices in my head. Who in the is going to cheer for
No,
that?
if you listen to his theme song, not only does it say, I hear voices in my head, but it also has the wording, I have a voice that is the saviour, hates to love, and loves to hate. Now, that exactly is not a heroic thing to be saying.
Yeah, can you imagine Hulk Hogan coming out? I am a complete psychopath. Fight for the rights of all the nutters. Like, that doesn't make sense.
It'd be like somebody coming out and doing the goose step, and they're supposed to be a baby
that
face.
is literally like Hulk Hogan coming out with a Hitler moustache and doing the goose step.
I'm still expecting
Can you
to be
imagine that
cheered.
at WrestleMania f***ing, I don't know, 3, Andre the Giant versus Nazi Hogan? Can you imagine that? It doesn't make sense.
And yet Nancy Hogan is pushed as a baby face.
Yeah, that's my point. It wouldn't make sense. This wrestler called Quan Chang, never heard of him, no offense to him. I'm just going to start this off, and I'm not going to rip into his personal... No, I will rip into his personal life, but in his professional life, but I don't know who he is. And this guy said a bunch of shit on Facebook, calling me and Liam college students, that we don't know what we're talking about, blah 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 blah. Now, after doing some more research on this man, we found out that he is in fact 40 years old. Now that's fair enough, I suppose. Now he called us college students. Now Carmine, as an American, how old would you be if you were going to college?
18 to 21.
Okay.
On that age.
I am certainly not 18. I am not 19. I'm actually 21. And Liam is, I want to say 22, 23. So, if he did any research or any background, anything, before he started running his mouth, being an ignorant he would have realised that we're not college kids. We're actually grown adults. And where he comes from, technically we are grown men. And must remind you, he's picking on 2 guys in their 20s, and he's 40 years old. Why does he have so much time on his hands? What is wrong with this guy? And also, the worst thing is, he's like, oh, you're not a part of the industry. What the do you know? No. Numbnuts. Ring of Honor and TNA are looking to bring people on board who are our age, in our demographic. And at the end of the day, we are fans, right? People that keep people like you employed, right? And all you do is, and he's done this on this page. I've gone through a lot of posts on this page. And he said something like, and I'm just paraphrasing, I can't be asked to quote him because his stupidity is beyond retarded. He said that I don't waste my time dealing with smarks or people on the internet. He has posted about 50,000 times on this page saying, oh, John Cena, Dr. Frognomics wouldn't work nowadays. Like, why? Do you have anything better to do, for sake? Jesus Christ, have you got anything better to do? Why do you give a about what we actually think, you idiot? And, by the way, who are you again? And the thing is, and this is probably what I'm going to end this thing on. This guy, who I've never heard of, seems to think that he knows everything about this business. And he said stuff like, well, why don't you open a wrestling company then? Well, no, numbnuts, I'm trying to do something with my life and actually earn a degree while you're, wrestling in front of 20 people. I don't care what you say or think. At the end of the day, if you think you're so good, why don't you open up a promotion, numbnuts? Because you seem to know everything about it. But hey, don't judge me. And I know what he's going to probably reply with, like, oh, why do you do a wrestling show if, you're in your 20s? It sounds like you got too much time on your hands. No, numbnuts. This, if anything, takes an hour of my time. And for Liam, I'm going to guess a little bit more than that, because he has to edit it. But at the end of the day, this guy, I don't know who he is, and he said a bunch of shit about me, and I took it quite personally. This guy is a head. I don't know what his problem is, and just like every bully that I've ever met in my life, they have something psychologically wrong with them. Like, I don't know, they have a tiny penis, or they don't know how to satisfy a woman. I don't know what the wrong with this guy, but he picked on us for no apparent reason. We are a Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest. We are a very small podcast, right? And if he likes and wants to run down every f***ing internet podcast there is, we are not the only ones, my friend. You have an entire long motherfucking list of people that you want to run down. So, you've got so much time on your hands, actually. You could do that quite well. So you can start with us and go on and on. And while you're at it, why don't you go to Dave Meltz and Brian what's-his-face on the Figure 4 online and actually have a go at them while you're at it. Shut the up, you stupid
Fantastic. Let's get this bus on its one-way ticket to Giggle Street. That's my new catchphrase. What do you think? No? Yes?
What the
The silence is very uninformative here.
What the
It should be the countdown. 10, 9, 8, and then it goes quiet. Everyone's cheering, and then it just goes, "How do you like me now?" And then Hardcore Holly comes out.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh,
Mark
that would be
Alford.
amazing.
No, it should go 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh my god, who could it be? 5. Oh my god, 2, 1. Other man! Yeah, other man! Oh my god, it's Billy Gunn, mister!
They should do the whole countdown, and then at the end, Michael Cole gets an email from the anonymous GM.
Who is Hornswoggle? And it's
No.
Hornswoggle.
No. It just goes 3, 2, 1, and then nothing happens. Nothing happens. You just cut to commercial.
This is an E-Fed. This is a 15-year-old's E-Fed. Where he said, I'm going to base my character on...
I just love playing EWR, and I'll have Austin Aries win my belt, and then I'll have Jeff Hardy win my belt, and I'll give him his shitty little plastic buttocks belt, and everyone will be happy. Well, we're not happy. I don't think anyone's going to vote, to be fair. Halo 4's coming out the same day. That shit. Let's vote for two f***ing twats that I don't know anything about, or I don't know, play Halo.
That is the best. Please put that in an essay. That is genius. I'd love for a future civilization, like after post-apocalypse, they come back and find this podcast, and they want to know what happened with the 2012 American vote and the Republicans versus the Democrats, and we just have some English guy going, Halo comes out on the same day, so no one's going to vote.
It comes out the same day. So they're just like, well, because I've read it's like neck and neck between Romney and Obama, and I'm like, well, the only way that either of them are going to get any kind of vote
is if they give
like,
Halo
the
out
younger
for
people
free.
Vote. But they're going to be too busy teabagging each other and throwing plasma grenades.
Hang on, what the do you learn in American studies? I've missed this part out in the whole democracy thing, teabagging each
No,
other.
I'm talking about Halo 4. That's all they ever do.
Oh,
is teabag
right.
each other, pressing the button, and you don't know what that is.
No, I do, but I thought you were saying Mitt Romney and Obama would teabag each other. And I'm
No,
just
they're
like,
not going to teabag each other. When
what kind of
at what
democracy
point?
is this?
That's like a Freudian slip for you. You want to watch like Barack Obama teabag Mitt Romney? What's wrong with you?
Hello, Alistair.
Hello?
Hello. Right, so WWE 13 thoughts.
It's a good game.
Cheers, Alistair. Thanks very much.
Shit's my bags.
Right. Anybody? Anybody else interested in talking
Wait,
about?
did he literally just put the phone down?
Anybody else interested?
Whatever.
Anybody else interested in talking about WWE 13? Hello, Jake. Can you hear me?
Hello, Dave, is that you?
Hello.
Dave, is that you?
Who is this?
Is that you, David?
David.
David!
David. Right. What do you think of Survivor Series then?
It was decent, mate. I mean, the end of it was amazing, but apart from that, it was shit, I think, to be honest, mate.
Well
the
said.
ending with Dean Ambrose and all that, I thought that was actually pretty well done.
Well done. Well done. Are you trying to troll us live on air?
Half and half.
Half and half.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Well done.
I like the effort. I like.
It's a good effort. It's a very good effort. I don't think the execution was quite there. Maybe next time.
I apologise.
Well done, well done. Anyway, thank you, Jake, for that completely irrelevant point of view.
This is what's cool about being on VOC Nation. We can now actually have people call in, and not just on Skype. No. If you live in America, you can use the numbers brackets 914 close brackets 338-1885 to apparently call us. To me, that just looks like gibberish. I don't even. Is that a number? What the is that?
To me, it looks like some kind of number I would use to just crack the Enigma code. It doesn't make sense.
I could imagine that in the equation of trying to find out what the number 23 means. Like, what?
You know what? I think that's how the Da Vinci Code started.
They tried to call this show. They're like, hang on a minute.
But apparently he was interviewed by WWE because they did a Jewish month or something. Jew month, basically. Jew month.
Wow, it's not Hanukkah or anything, you selfish.
Oh, is it Hanukkah?
Well, it's nearly Hanukkah. I
Isn't
think.
that their rip-off of Christmas?
I don't know. I'm not Jewish. I don't know. I know this holiday exists. Okay.
I think that's their rip-off of Christmas. They got jealous at Christmas and they're like,
okay,
F you, I'm gonna do my own thing. And then like
Liam,
Steve
do you realise what
Steve
Judaism even is?
And then Steve Jew was like, you know what? I'm gonna do 8 days.
Steve who? Who the hell are you talking about?
Steve Jew, the first ever Jew. That's why he's called Jew. So Steve Jew was like, you know, I'm gonna do 8 days. That beats your ass. And then
Chris currently
Chris
fucking.
Chris Mass was like, well,
Shut up! Shut up! You. Shut the up!
thing is, you have a championship belt that looks like something Barbie would shit out.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Here's my belt. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair and let's all have love interests. This division. It's total looks. Come on, Barbie. Let's turn off the TV. Off. Yeah, let's go for a instead. Ooh.
What?
I don't know.